Hello, friends. This is Jack Later. That's me there on the elephant. You've seen me before. To many of you, I am your sponsor in Empower Network or Instant Payday Network, and I'm doing a video right now that is very powerful. This is going to be free. Some free golden nuggets from the Inner Circle audio series that comes from the great Empower Network. Empower Network does a phenomenal job in training. They are the premier training place for internet marketing and business building tools. And those of you, if you've already seen part 1 and part 2, you'll know Tony Rush's story that he actually came here to Empower Network, not to join Empower Network, but to learn from the products and take the information that he learned from the products, including products like this one, and take it over to his company so he could, hit the cover off the ball. But as it happened, he ended up as an affiliate in Empower Network. He ended up starting to make a couple $100 a day, and then his wife alerted him to it, and he was really surprised. And before long, he was making $500 a day, and now after about 18 months, he's earned over $1 million in Empower Network. Just in 18 months. And so he is qualified as a millionaire to talk on the subject that we're going to talk about here. And a little disclaimer here to keep the people in suits happy. Go to empowernetwork.com, income.php, and you can see our average earnings. Not everybody knocks the cover off the ball and makes $1 million, and not everybody makes $10,000 a month. I'm close to that right now. And some people do nothing, okay? But whatever your situation is, there is no guarantee that you're going to be able to make $1 million like he has. We don't know the motivation level that you might have. Some of you will do that, some of you won't, okay? So that's the disclaimer there. Now, this is exciting stuff. I'm going to provide this information to you free of charge for those of you who are my subscribers. Empower Network encourages their people to teach on the stuff that they learn, and that's exactly what I'm doing now. And I am a professional teacher. I teach at 2 different colleges, and so this is nothing new to me. But to tell you the truth, guys, Tony Rush does a much better job. I'll admit that. But you'll have to purchase the Inner Circle tapes to get his full impact there. The Southern accent and all. And it's really cool to hear from him. So I'm going to teach you what I learned from the Inner Circle audios. And this is going to be powerful stuff. I would encourage you to listen all the way to the end of the video so that you could see the final the final impact of everything that Tony Rush has to say. So stay with me right to the end here, and you're going to benefit. In fact, the cool stuff is that you'll be able to take the information from this video right here and apply it to any business, whether you're in Empower Network or Instant Payday Network or your own personal business. Apply this stuff, guys, and it'll have a huge impact like it has for me. Now, every now and then I'll listen to an Inner Circle audio, and I listen to them every day, except for Sunday when I devote myself to my church. But I listen to these audios every single day, and in fact I was listening to them today and got a lot of value from them. And every now and then I'll listen to an audio, and it'll just absolutely change my life and absolutely floor me, and this is what this has done for me. It's been a very powerful series. It's been a great it's been a great journey. So anyway, let me present the third part in the series. Now here we go. The first part of the series, number 1, was the importance of reserving for yourself the ability to make a response in your business, to not blame others, to take personal responsibility, to be in the driver's seat of your own business, so to speak, your own life, and take responsibility and not be in the back seat of your own life anymore. The second part of the series was making friends with money and realizing that there's mind viruses that we tend to believe in. Mind viruses like if I may not have a lot of money, but at least I'm happy. That's a mind virus, and it will absolutely prevent you from getting money, from being rich. And he talked about that there's nothing wrong with declaring that you want to become rich. Okay, not just financially independent, not just wealthy, but rich. Okay. So this is the third part of the series, Making Friends with Money. And here we go. Third success principle is right here. You must understand the concepts of free enterprise. Now, grasp around this here for a minute. Now, he said that not understanding free enterprise can get in the way of you getting rich. Now, you've got to clear the cobwebs out of your mind a little bit. He says you've got to understand these three things. Number one, it's okay for me to want to be rich. I deserve to be rich. Everyone has the right to the best life they possibly can. There's nothing wrong with me declaring that I want to be as financially healthy as possible. And you've got to understand free enterprise. You've got to understand free enterprise. He said, for example, he says, yesterday, he says, I made $3,600 in Empower Network alone. Okay, $3,600, more than most people make in a month. He said the reason why he's okay with that is because I'm not getting paid for my time. I'm getting paid for the value I give to other people. And he says, here's an example. Let's suppose I go to the to Office Depot and I buy a Parker pen for $50. Okay, not a high end pen. It's not a cross, a little bit better, maybe $50. I show it to someone who collects Parker pens who says, hey, I'll pay you $500 for that pen. Okay, so how do you feel now? Okay, he says, okay, what if this person says, okay, I collect Parker pens. The pen you have went out of production and I don't have it. Will you please allow me to buy it? I'll give you $500 right now. Okay, how do you feel? In fact, he says, in fact, I'm getting a bargain, and he says, how do you feel about that right now? Do you feel like you're taking advantage of this person by selling it to him for $500? Some people would say, okay, just take it. And he says, perhaps there's a deservability issue there. There's nothing wrong with giving gifts. Okay, he says, I give gifts all the time. But he says, don't give gifts when it's a symptom of poverty consciousness alone. Okay, other people would just say, oh, just give me $50 and that, because that's what I paid for it. Well, he says this is what Tony wants us to learn about free enterprise. Okay, let's say that you decide to say, okay, I'll take $500 for it. He says you actually deserve the $450 profit. Okay, you actually deserve that because I want the pen, and fair is what two people agree on. Okay, we really, he says we're really not moving money, and he says what we're really doing is we're not moving money and pins back and forth. He says, I'm providing, I kind of messed that up, but he says, I'm providing something of value that I own, and you are giving me something of value that you own, and we are exchanging value. So we're not moving pins of money back and forth. We're exchanging value for value. This is what this reminds you of. It's kind of like the barter system. My mother had some very expensive dental work that had to be done, and she's an artist, and the dentist valued art, and so her dental work was very, very expensive, and she didn't have the cash at the time. She didn't have the enough insurance at the time, so she bartered. My dad did the bartering for her, but they exchanged value for value. He had something that she needed, dental work, and my mom had something that she wanted to provide a value, and that was some great artwork. And my mom has a Master's of Fine Arts degree, by the way. So anyway, we're exchanging value for value. In other words, he says, I place your pin's value at $500. In fact, I'm getting a bargain because in a couple of years, that pin is going to be worth about $1,000. And it doesn't matter what you paid for it. It does not matter what you paid for it. So here's another example. It's a hot day. 105 degrees. I got to go back here before I get ahead of myself. He says, you pass by a lemonade stand. You're happy to pay the $1 for that lemonade on a hot day. It costs only 10 cents to make that lemonade. But are you going to worry about how much it costs, how much the lemon costs, take out the slide ruler and all that? You are more than willing to pay that $1. Okay? You're paying because you want to get relief from being hot. So think like a merchant, he said. Think like a merchant, not like a consumer. So what are you really paying for? What are you really paying for? He says, I'm paying for relief from the heat. He says, Tony said he earned over $600,000 in Empower Network this year alone. And he says he deserves every penny of it because of the people that I served and the value that I provided, provide the people in those products, buy those products, because of the lives that are changed, because of the moms and dads who are now home with their kids, the dads who are not working two jobs, the single mom who's able to pay the bills, who doesn't worry about whether her deadbeat husband is going to pay the child support. I get to be the guy who ran the ad that dad responded to and to help change a life. Now they are making a bunch of money, and they don't have to worry about how they're going to pay for a wedding for their daughter, for example. This is why he says, I deserve every penny of what I earned. This is closely tied to deservability. So, deservability and thinking like a merchant. Now, here's a bird's eye view now. We're going to wrap this up. Okay, he says it starts with you taking personal responsibility. It starts with you being self-reliant. I'm not going to be a victim anymore. My life is happening to me. I'm not happening to my... He says, my life is not happening to me. I'm happening to my life. And I better start making some moves. And I'm going to reserve for myself the ability to respond. Okay? Whose life is it? Okay, I'm sorry, not whose fault it is, okay? I'm going to take personal responsibility. I'm going to take some new actions that I haven't taken before. And number 2, making friends with money, okay? Understand that you make your money at the service and value of other people, not at their expense. It comes with the understanding that it's okay to be rich. If you're waiting for anyone to tell you to get rich, please do. You deserve it, he says. Your family deserves it. It has nothing to do with how hard you work. It has nothing to do with how much time you put into it. It's okay for you to want to be rich. Not just wealthy, not just financially independent, but rich. He says Mercedes will sell a car to anyone who wants to buy one. Why is Bill Gates so rich? Look at the number of people he serves through his software. Do you want to make more money? He says, be of more service. And the easiest way to be of service in this niche is to provide high-value products that pay 100% commissions, like what we have in Power Network. He says, make friends with money and provide high-value products so that you can earn the kind of money you deserve. Tony says, I love this company, and time would fail me to tell you how this company has changed my life. And in Empower Network, he says, we absolutely are here to talk about making lots of money, getting rich, if you will. And here's the secret, he says here, guys, right here, right now. Okay, Empower Network is a leadership factory disguised as a business opportunity. He says, if we can get you to start earning $20,000 per month, you will discover how powerful you really are. And that will spill into every area of your life. When you get the money thing figured out and realize you don't need to sell your time to an employer, you don't have to pull your hair out trying to figure out Google and ClickBank. We have a product suite right here in Empower Network that will show you where to go and where you want to be. And when you get starting to make $20,000 per month, you're going to look in the mirror and say, "Wow, there you are. I've been waiting for you to show up. How good is it to finally see the powerful version of myself?" Isn't that what we all want, really, is to discover that we are really more capable than what we ever dreamed of? People ask me all the time, what do you do for a living? He says, I hold up mirrors. I get to hold up mirrors for other people. I take a stand for people. You can be more than what you're being. If that sounds to you, he says, join us. Okay? We'd love to have you on board. He says, Jim Rohn said the following. He said, don't join an easy crowd. This isn't an easy crowd. We'll challenge you. We will ask you to put on your big boy pants and your big girl pants. We have the opportunity to hold up mirrors in front of each other and say, look at you, wow. Would you have ever thought that in 90 days' time you would have turned into this wonderful, this powerful version of yourself that you have ever seen? This is what Empower Network is all about, is empowering people. Now, he says, if you're not in Empower Network, get in. If you're in Empower Network, take action now and purchase the Inner Circle audio so that you can benefit from more of this stuff. You deserve it. So, to hear and feel the full impact of those Inner Circle audios, go to your back office, click on My Products, then click on the Inner Circle, and do that now. And guys, I hope this has been valuable information to you. I know that it has absolutely changed my perspective on all of these three topics. Okay, so watch this video again. Watch it multiple times, but I would really encourage you to get the full impact. Again, like I said, go to the Inner Circle audios yourself and check it out. You know, if you don't have the Inner Circle audios, purchase it. You know, it's $3 a day is what it is. It's $100 a month, but I'll tell you, those audios have changed my life, and they are updated on a weekly basis. Okay, you know, it boils down to $3 a day. You know, most people drink that much pop in a day. So go ahead and click over to Empower Network and go to My Products, then click on Inner Circle and purchase those tapes, guys. You need those. And if you're not in Empower Network, I would invite you to join us. Okay, it's been a fun ride for me, and I hope you enjoy the ride just as much as I have. Empower Network has been a wonderful thing for me. In the last 4 weeks alone, I've made $7,000. This has been my 10th month in the business. Last month I made $5,000, and over the last 4.5 months, I've not made less than $4,000 in a month. And so, guys, this is changing my life. Let's join up on this, okay? No more waiting around. Let's just join in and let's enjoy this ride together. Talk to you later. Bye.